First we have from Florida, Mr. Donald Trump, who planned to win a second term, has hit a little bump.
So my philosophy is that if you can remain positive and continue to push ahead for what needs to be done, and the people will come. I kind of feel like, especially as I get older, that the universe is out there with all of these wonderful gifts, and the only one that blocks it out of our lives is ourselves. We keep blocking things, and we're afraid to take chances or ideas or move ahead or be creative, and especially to forgive. You know, when you pack your backpack with negative thinking, then it just drags you down. If you pack your backpack with all positive experiences, even though everybody will have major negative ones, the positive experiences will carry you through the negative times, and finally, when it's all said and done, you've cast away the negative and you feel positive about everything. Some people say that's childlike. For me, they say it's childish, but that's my philosophy. So when my mother ultimately met my stepdad, and he brought us all back to Woodstock. He was up in his late 50s, and she had 6 children. He was wonderful, and his focus was really on the Woodstock Golf Club. From the moment that we met him, there was always dinner conversation about the Woodstock Golf Club. I was also very early on sitting in board meetings, so I've really been involved with this club for over 70 years. I think of it as a stewardship, and if you make a little money, you reinvest it, and so far so good. But it's just a wonderful environment to grow up in as kids, and my friends, and with all our family involved in helping to keep it going. My mother's influence in the way we approached people was very welcoming to everyone. You want to do something out of the norm or to make a change, you're going to have resistance, and early on you're probably going to be pretty alone in that resistance, but if it's the right thing, then more and more people will join in and help you out.
Paul was a very good volunteer, raised a lot of money for the hospital. He had a very good reputation too with Sister Mary Charles. She loved him.
Yeah, you know. If you were for the hospital, you were all in.
Exactly.
And the Jewish population were hugely instrumental in keeping that place going.
Today you talk about the MAGA and patriotism and how you want to keep the 10 Commandments in school, but the nationalized Christianity is not much of a show of Christianity. Christianity is taking care of your brothers, loving everyone, trying to help everybody get ahead. The nationalization, yes, it has sort of throwing away all the Christian values of truth and justice and community and helping the little guy get ahead. Christian, which means a lover of Christ and following his principles, regardless of what religion you may be. And I think especially being in the life insurance business and financial planning, the idea of entrepreneurship, I think, is the cornerstone of it all, which then allows people do things where they can contribute their earnings and some of their time to people who are concentrating on the things we need.
I have studied some business in Florida, and I used to ask Darlene what I need to do, and she would tell me what to do. And with her passing, The same advice which Darlene used to give it to me, I think Paul have taken over on that. So I learned more about business through him. Sunday morning they are for church. He can meet you for the first time, and before you know it, you are laughing to his jokes. So he is a charming. He treats everybody equal. I would say a matriarch.
I've always said about government is that the Peter principle, which says that you rise to the level of your inefficiency. Yeah, before COVID, they had a Republican Senate, a Republican Congress, and conservative, talk about conservative, and they ran the country into a $3 trillion debt. That was when I realized that there was nothing conservative about that. I believe that everyone coming out of high school spend at least 2 years. So it wouldn't have to be military, I think, but something where you return from that, you have the one single ingredient that you need for a successful life, and that you are self-sufficient at any level. My favorite thing is probably community service. Being in these, whether it's Kiwanis or the golf club work or the Woodstock Christmas Eve committee or the work I've done in the hospital, that's always, I think, been my number one joy. Any opportunity that you can get to be in the presence of people who are so incredibly outstanding allows you to be so grateful that wherever you're at is so much less than other people have overcome.
And next we have from Delaware, where we always find him out. Please welcome our incumbent, President Joseph Biden. The first question is for you, Mr. Trump. It comes from a guy in Spokane. Why should we elect you, sir, when you may end up in the can?
Because, Mr. Voter, unless you do, this economy will continue to fail. And I can do better than Biden can, even if I do it from jail. Everybody says it. Even Sleepy Joe knows it too. I'm the best thing that's ever been. And everybody knows it's true.
Some say that you're just out of touch. As a billionaire, you don't know how people are feeling, and you really don't care all that much. If you're elected in November, what exactly is your plan to help ease economic tensions all throughout this land?
That's easy, Mr. Moderator. And like Bush, I say, read my lips. There's one thing for sure the working class needs, and that's no more tax on their tips. This whole thing is getting so hokey. Compared to the nonsense, you'd be better off with a president locked in a pokey. So, if you want the wall to be built, if you want the economy fixed, then I am your man. Donald J. Trump. Vote on January 6th.
You said January 6th. That's an absolute violation of the gag order that the judge put on you.
Give your last line back, please.
Now we're rescinding your probation.